This is F121. This is the mainstream racing series. This is race number 22 of 24. I'm Seb Bauer. Glad you're with us tonight for a very late season 3 race here in Singapore, night race in the big city in Southeast Asia, and it is crunch time, crucial time. It is getting more and more important, and especially for the Walsh Bros, things get more and more interesting. Season 3 is the battle of the Walshes, the younger versus the older Walsh Bro, and right now with 3 rounds remaining, we have a difference of 21 points that the younger Dominic is ahead of the older Thomas. But for now, first things first, we have a look at one of the most difficult tracks in the whole F1 calendar. This is Singapore, very hard ruled from Codemasters. 23 turns, the track with the most turns until the entrance of Jeddah. Jeddah has, I think, 25 or something, and with 6.1 kilometers, pretty long. This is one of the longest races by duration. We have had very often some issues about the 2 hours rule in the real life F1. We do not have a 1 hour rule in virtual worlds, but still this can be one of the longest races, maybe the longest race in the whole MRS season. The softest compounds, C5, C4, C3, plus inter and full wet, of course, that could be a topic. Rain is always just one cloud away, it seems, here in Singapore. The further rules, we have a 18 minutes qualifying followed by 31 laps in the race, 50% distance that is. We have dynamic weather, as mentioned, rain is never far away. Regular corner cut, once again we switch around between regular and strict in this season. The real F1 is experimenting around with sprint races, while MRS is experimenting around between regular and strict stringency. And what else is important? We have 15 drivers in the lobby. We should be something around 17, maybe including the reserves. So maybe let's have a short moment. We still should have maybe a minute or something. Let's see who wants to jump in. Iki Lai let us know already that he will join at the later stage of the quali. I hope he will be able to run a hot lap then, while the session timer has started to tick. Meanwhile, good evening to all you boys in the chat box. Gregory Mortier, Mike Taylor, Andrew Mann, good evening everyone. Interesting, Mirko Caruso, the rockstar, is with us again. Welcome back, and yes, we do wish you luck. Jinx, that is Jack Rognan, is here tonight again, who is struggling on some COVID stuff, as we all heard, so I hope that you feel okay enough for this intense race and that you can focus enough to be successful, and of course we all cross the fingers for your health and that everything will be fine again. I remember I was positive as well in summer months, and wasn't too hard, wasn't going too hard on me. Still, I know that these things can last quite a bit, so as I said, fingers crossed that everything will be fine for you as soon as possible. And here we are in the pit lane. Is it dry? I think it is. I don't see slick tire standing around anywhere, but I just suppose that it is dry. Let's get in some information that we need. Yes, tires are the softs, so it definitely is a dry session, at least for the moment. And while we wait for the first one to turn to the track, let's have a short look at our overall standings. I mentioned it already, the Battle of the Walshes, and but that is not the only thing that is of importance. Dom Walsh and Tom Walsh, P1 and 2, then in P3 Dylan Chapman, 50 points even more ahead of Monster, that's Jeppe Nielsen. So the battle between P2 and 3 is probably decided. P5 then is up for grabs. Maybe it is Jack Rognan or Grimmo Goodman, who is just 3 points behind him after his surprising but totally deserved victory last week in Mexico. And then Iki Lai might have some chances for P6 as well, who will probably / hopefully join a little bit belated. And then there is a big battle for P9, that is Mike Taylor versus Andrew Mond versus Blake Gary. Those 3 boys sit within just 2 points, so there is still something meant to happen between those 3 men: Taylor, Mond, Gary. Taylor is here, Gary as well, and Andrew Mond, of course he is here. What would MRS be without those 3 men? As far as I remember, more or less starting members, at least they were in when I joined, and that was midway through season 1 approximately. Let's have a quick look about what's happening in the second half of the table. The midfield battles are on. There is Stuart McDonald, Nevis Ikic, Ash Reuter, Peter Simpson, all of them sitting more or less close together, but not every one of them is active, because, for example, Peter Simpson sadly hasn't been with us very much lately, one of our admins enduring some troubles in the new game. But let's just stay with the first hot lap of Gregory Mortier. The triple chicane right on the opening moments, and this long right-hander out to the only real straight. It's not even a straight, there's a little kink, a right bow right here, while the IS is opened left-hander, and you see it is really turn after turn after turn, and the walls are closed. The slightest mistake and you end up in the barrier. No matter which of the 23 turns, everywhere a barrier is very close. Then the left-hander that was a Singapore swing until some years ago, there was a chicane in the turn, so incredible difficult. Likewise to this breaking point here, midway or at the end of sector 2. Sector 2 comes to an end right here in this short DRS zone. Just can you attack here? I'm not sure. Just close up to the driver ahead maybe, and left-hander bow followed by a right-hander left-hander turn, and then we drive through the tunnel, the only tunnel in the whole year. That is here in Singapore. Right-hander, left-hander, so turn after turn after turn, and then one left-hander left, and this is it. This is one hot lap in Singapore. And with a 139.9, Gregory Morty would already beat the real-life lap record. But you can see on the left-hand side some battle times incoming. Gary, Rogner, Chapman, Nielsen are faster. Ho ho ho! And we were live with Gregory Morty, who has already checked out of the qualifying, running straight into the barrier there, just as I said, turn after turn after turn, and the walls are closed wherever you go. So let's have a look. Who else is on a hot lap? Mike Taylor just finished his in 7th fastest time, now 8th, as he is relegated by 1 position from Kieran Park, now in 7th. What is Stuart McDonald doing? Our lone Scotsman. Left-hander turn, the last one right here for him, and then he positions his Haas into 11th. Not so competitive. Maybe there was some trouble, some sort of difficulty for him in his first hot lap. Next one to deliver us the time is Andrew Mount. Oh, was there attack? Was there maybe a bit of attack on the left-hand side with the wall? But doesn't matter, as the lap is already very close to the end, and he is in P7. Almost exactly 2 seconds behind Jeppe Nielsen. Nielsen, who had such a blistering hot start to the season, but then somehow got out of rhythm. And that costed him his chance to compete for a championship here in season 3. I hope that he will stay with us for season 4 and then have maybe a bit better rhythm, a bit more consistent results, and potentially battle for a championship then. While we now watch our returning comebacker reserve, Mikko Caruso. Wow, almost into the wall there. That costed him a few tenths, maybe a second even. Let's see what the time will bring for him at the end of sector 2, for example, for comparison. Okay, he is still around a second faster than Gregory Mortier. But Morty is 4.2 seconds behind the provisional pole setter, so you know that there is still some more time of Caruso that he would have to find if he wants to post a competitive lap time here. Still 10 minutes on the clock, so no time pressure yet for anyone. And Caruso is 8th. 2.5 seconds behind the Monster 9000. No time set yet from Mark Goodman, and my favorite nickname, Achterlücken Jelle Verhoye by his name. Let's see what last week's champion, last week's winner will do here. The race in Mexico was really exciting, like always when MRS races. It was a really good race, and eventually, after some late race safety car miscue, multiple safety car phases in the last few laps, all of a sudden it was him who was in the best tire and strategic position, and he won today. By now he is in 8th with 2.3 seconds the gap to Nielsen. Grimo, by the way, has won a race before already. He won the Austrian Grand Prix to some summertime, I want to call it, in September. When I was in vacation, I couldn't broadcast his first victory of MIS, but at least the second one I was there and deliver home to your living room. And in case you want to rewatch this really exciting Mexican Grand Prix, it is still on my channel, still up for grabs, of course. So Jelle Verheuye is still sitting in his pits. Not sure what that is about. Maybe he's still having some dinner or something. The Belgium man. Let's have a look at Rognan maybe. There he is. Who has posted his first time on mediums, now running on softs. So there is still some time to find for him. And he is already up by over half a second. So he is chasing P2, Dylan Chapman it would be. Let's see if he can bring it to the end. Yes, he can. P2 for the Jinx. Formerly called Torpedo Jack, but he has improved his reputation. Is no Torpedo anymore. Just Jinx. Zemix now, formerly known. In second, but no one is just even close to the monster. The Red Bull monster. Red Bull monster, not to exchange with the McLaren monster, who is on an outlap here. Oh, and Jeppe Nielsen has even improved this time to a 1:35.6 for the Red Bull, and Mont is aborting his hot lap try. I wasn't sure if there was maybe a little tag of the wall on the right hand side, right when we jumped to him, and maybe that was the reason why he just aborted it. And there is Igilai. Welcome with 6 minutes on the clock. He has time for at least one hot lap, not for two, but at least once he can have a run. Here we have Kieran Park and the reserve Red Bull driver is improving his time by 6/10. That would mean something around P7, something around Andrew Mond it would be. Let's see if or what he can bring home here on this hot lap. Oh, that was really close to the wall, maybe even too close. But just one turn remaining and he is 7. Even further ahead of Mont. He even beat Leonard Cam as well, giving him P7. Right ahead is Dominic Walsh, and his brother Thomas is still sitting only in P14. He had just this one lap that is for sure not competitive, so he's sitting there and still waiting in his garage. Only time for one more hot lap shot. Jeppe Nielsen, left position, maybe some internet connection problems for him. He is far ahead. I doubt that anyone can beat his time. Question is just what would happen then in the race, or that he will hopefully join until we turn towards the starting grid then. He just asked for an invite. I will try. I'm not sure if he's on my PSN friends. I will just try. I just realized I have 3 Nevis Ikic friends. but obviously no Jeppe Nielsen. So in case you listen to me, it would be a good moment to send me a friend's message, a friend's request, so I could re-invite you. Until then, that will only be Dominic Walsh, who is able to re-invite him. Okay, anyway, here we are back. I hope that Jeppe Nielsen will get his re-invitation. And we have now approximately 2 minutes left, I think it is. 2.5. And we see Iggy Lai now on his one and only hot lap shot, I expect. Let's stay with him here for a moment, while most of the others are still on in the pits or on an out lap. Iggy Lai here towards the end of sector 2. How good can he be on this one shot? A 1:04.3. That is pretty good. Pretty good. No comparison possible, of course, but from what I have seen and the figures I have in my mind, I think that is pretty good. And there is Jeppe Nielsen back in the lobby. He does not have time to run again, but he doesn't have to, honestly. And now Iggy Lai, one left-hander, and then he will be in RP8, 1.9 seconds behind Nielsen. That is not bad for the fact that he just had this one and only shot, no time to groove himself in. While, have a look, Rocknean is 2/10 behind Nielsen. That is really good time. For the moment, Thomas Walsh is still on an outlap. Both the Walshes are on an outlap, so let's have a look maybe what Joel Wiegel is doing here. The Belgium, maybe attack to the wall there as well from the Alpha Tauri. Let's see if that has costed him time, maybe. He is improving up into 4th. That is not bad. Blake Gary in sector 3 will come to an end. Not soon, but pretty soon. Nielsen is in internet troubles. He is out again. Let's focus on Gary and then we'll have a look at the Walshes. Blake Gary here. And he is, wow, P3. Incredible, pretty well done from our youngest, Blake Gary and Dominic Walsh, our overall leader, 21 points up on his brother. Let's see what does sector 2 bring for him. Improving by 4/10, that is not bad, but would not be enough to attack Joel Wiegel, and his brother is a little bit behind him, few hundred meters behind. Let's see what he'll do here in sector 2. He must find a lot of time. 2 seconds improving on his formerly posted time, but that would, what is it, maybe bring him into the top 10. So that is by far not enough for the older Walsh. The younger Walsh is 5th. Up into P5, Dominic Walsh finished in 5th, and he did attack Joel Wiegel there in the very end. Now all eyes on the older brother, Thomas Walsh, 1 turn left. And then he is 7th, 1 starting row behind his brother. He can at least see him. That is not good, but limiting the damage, I want to call it. So we are finished. I doubt that, yes, Wiegel is on his way back home. Gary is slow, so we are finished. This is it for our 18 minutes qualifying. Congratulations to Jeppe Nielsen for the poll. And good evening, Felix. Hello in the chat box. It's cool that you want to drive with us, and pro driver as you are, that is pretty cool. Yeah, you could just shoot me a message here on YouTube and or on Discord in case you have. I will just send you my Discord message, my Discord tag, and you can just leave me a message there to get things sorted out. So there you see my Discord tag. Just say hello to me there, and yeah, I will direct things. Yeah, Jack Rognan for sure. This time was crazy fast from Jeppe Nielsen. We are still. What are we waiting for? We are waiting for Igilai, waiting to be pushed back into his garage, and then we will turn to our race and start the grid. Marco Caruso, thanks for the info that there might be a little bit of a rain towards the end of the race. Hard to say if that will be a topic or not. Chapman says that it was a shitty qualifying for him. Not sure if this is a shitty, but position is okay. I would like to say P4. Just unsure about. Dominic Walsh has left the session. That is not a good sign. After a few weeks of not having any troubles, this seems to be a maybe glitch lobby once again. Game just refuses to process us to the race. Yeah, we are waiting for any notification of our admins. So this will take maybe a moment or two until we can get anything further. And I think we will switch to a new lobby, and I will leave the stream online, and we will have a short break, maybe around 2 minutes or so, until we will start the race. So see you in a bit.